All right, guys, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel, and it is time for two heavyweight, affordable knives to face off. But we're going to start by showing the new one that just came in. This is the Petrified Fish Tony. This comes from my buddy Justin over at White Mountain Knives. I asked him if I could check it out, and he said absolutely. And you can see a lot of beautiful work done on this one. It is a flat-scaled micarta knife. It is, they're calling this brown micarta, but I call it like a tan or even butterscotch, kind of cream. I don't know. You got a lovely chamfer all the way around. There's your screws, your lanyard hole there. You do have a deep carry loop over clip with button head screws. Boo. But it's good in and out of the pocket. I didn't have any trouble with it. And you do end up with just that little tip sticking out there, but it is not reversible at all. And then you have the Petrified Fish logo there on the pivot and tooled on one side. You do have a protruding flipper. By the way, here is, I forgot to show you the name or number, the number there. Petrified Fish PF805, okay? And there are three versions of this, and I can tell you right now, these are right around $62, $63, and that is important to note. And you'll find out why in our comparison in just a moment. You have a very large, kind of almost spear point, but really drop point blade. You have a nice swedge from here out, and then you have a very nice fuller there that is easy to middle finger flick. And detent works well for that and the flipper. You do have some jimping on your flipper. Great looking sharpening choil, but it is a little tight there, as you can see on that plunge grind. You'd get a few sharpens out of it before it's a problem. Now, guys, this is a almost 9-inch knife. So you've got a big boy handle, which I love. Plenty of room here, nowhere to choke up, but you don't need it. You got jimping, but it's back here, and that is really the best place because this swedge narrows the blade right there, but it still feels okay if you want to do that. Now, our lockup is about 25 or so, centered blade. You do have exposed liners, okay? Very good, and you can see here, no lock rock, no blade play, nothing to speak of, no issues like that. Just a big boy knife. Now, guys, you know, a blade like that is gonna cut. Yes, it does. It just, great flat grind. You can see I went in the sharpening choil there, but I don't know how I did that on almost a 4-inch blade. But anyway, cuts really, really well. I've got a pile of cardboard over here from the last 2 or 3 reviews I've been doing. Really, really nice looking satin finish. Great looking. You could almost call this a clip point, but I won't. It's a drop point. Very nice. So, guys, this is, again, at White Mountain Knives because that's where it came from. This particular knife, let's just do this real quick, is $52.99. And here's how it compares to the Ontario Rat 1. It's a little bigger than the Rat 1 and quite a bit bigger than the Rat 2. Now, $52.99 at White Mountain. And guys, this is 8.86 inches overall. It is 3.86-inch blade. The cutting edge is 3.7, okay? And your blade thickness is 0.14, so not really thin, but it doesn't need to be because you got a very tall, flat grind. The handle thickness is 0.59, so guys, it is a chunky, chunky boy in the hand. Hammer grip is great, and this grip, and you do feel the clip a little bit, but not bad. Overall, really nice. 14C 28N, flat, satin, blade, cage ceramic ball bearings, 5.64 ounces. Now, what knife, guys, if you've been around the channel for a while, what knife does this remind you of? Somebody tell me quickly. Come on. All right, you didn't tell me. The Miguron Velona. So, guys, unfortunately, on White Mountain Knives, all I see in stock is the small Velona. But we're not talking about the small Velona. We're talking about the big boy Velona. And the only place I can find this in stock is at Azusa Blade Works. And again, look at here, guys. What do you see? $52.96. So right around the same price. You have exposed liners. As a matter of fact, you have shadow box liners, whereas these are flush, okay? It is a 9-inch knife with a 4.22-inch blade length, so a little bit longer overall, as you can see. 14C, and made by Miguron, of course. And they say, oh, shoot, weight is 139 grams. Somebody do the math real quick because I'm using my phone to record. So we won't do the math. We'll just weigh it. And this guy, I think, was 5.3. So let's see where we're at here. 5.4. So very similar blade shape. We have a fuller on both and a flipper on both, okay? The Velona is also on bearings. You can see here, very nice action. Now, the Velona does have crown spine all the way down to that tapered tip, which, by the way, tapered tip here as well. And they are fairly similar. Now, the Velona, thickness-wise, is also going to be, let's see if it tells me in the specs what the thickness is, but they're going to be very similar, 0.55, so they're almost exactly the same. And again, the same price. Look at that. Now, if I pull out a piece of cardboard here, holy cow, I got the longest piece of cardboard known to man. You can see the Velona is also a phenomenal slicer, very much so. And now, of course, I've made the blade all gooey and sticky, but that's okay. We have to do this stuff in the name of science. So, very cool. Now, lock bar access on the Tunny is really nice. You have a nice window here with a chamfer, no problem to get into that. And you can see, by the way, that one drops like a hammer. Again, now we have nice window there to a chamfer, but we also have jimping. But the lock bar moves easily, and you can see, again, nice glide. So what's the biggest difference here? Well, we have a titanium clip over here, and we have a reversible titanium clip, okay? This one does have a lanyard hole as well. It's very small. So good Lord, guys. Here's what I'm here to tell you. We just had a 10-round big boy boxing match. And I got to tell you, you cannot go wrong with either one of these. The Velona has stayed in my collection because I love the way this feels and cuts and the way it works. Fantastic knife overall. Well, the Tunny comes in, and it is very, very similar in so many ways, and I like it a lot. I still think I would pick the Velona, but only by a very minimal, very small margin. So what do you guys think? What would you pick in this comparison? I really need to know. You can see they're even fairly similar blades, except the Tunny has a very tall flat grind, and it also has this kind of bigger belly, whereas the Velona's belly is a little more gradual, which is why I would pick the Velona. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of these two big beasts and which one you would pick, and I will leave the links down below for sure. So, the fight has happened, and I guess you would say the Velona won, but this guy is a very close runner-up and would be worth your time and money. So, guys, let me know. Thumbs up, comment down below. Let me know what you think. And, guys, thank you for being here and for your incredible support. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And thanks for watching the Knives Fast channel.